Last week, a security guard reported strange noises coming from the morgue of this abandoned hospital. The sounds of metal scraping against metal, footsteps in empty corridors, and what he described as whispers of the dead. But here's the thing. This hospital has been abandoned for 25 years. So who, or what, is still operating inside? St. Mary's Memorial Hospital opened its doors in 1945, serving thousands of patients across 3 decades. But on October 13, 1999, something happened. Something that made the entire medical staff abandon their posts overnight. Nurses left their stations mid-shift. Doctors walked out during procedures. Even the janitorial staff disappeared without collecting their final paychecks. The reason for this mass exodus remains unexplained, at least until now. Looking at these old staff photos, most would see nothing unusual. But in this particular image, taken just days before the abandonment, there's something standing in the background. Something that shouldn't be there. As we make our way through the shattered entrance, the silence is deafening. 25 years of abandonment have left their mark, or so we thought. Our EMF meter suddenly springs to life near the reception desk, readings off the charts. Strange, considering there's no power in the building. Among the debris and decay, we find patient records scattered across the floor. Most are yellowed with age, exactly what you'd expect. But then, something impossible. A patient file, pristine and new, dated March 2024. How is this possible? No one's worked here since 1999. As if answering our question, our audio equipment picks up something. Whispers, too clear to be the wind, too structured to be random noise. Someone, or something, is trying to tell us something. Moving to the upper floors, the first thing that catches our attention are these tracks in the dust. Fresh wheelchair tracks, cutting through decades of abandonment. They lead nowhere, yet they couldn't be more than a few days old. As we follow them, the temperature plummets. Our thermal reader shows a 15-degree drop in seconds. No drafts, no broken windows, no explanation. The deeper we go, the stranger things get. Our camera keeps glitching, but only when we point it down specific corridors. It's as if something doesn't want to be filmed. But nothing could prepare us for what we found in room 301. While every other room is decaying, this one looks like it was used yesterday. Clean sheets, fresh antiseptic smell, modern medical equipment. The monitors are still warm. The implications are terrifying. These aren't just signs of trespassing. These are signs of active medical practice. Someone, or something, is still treating patients here. But who are these patients? And more importantly, where are they now? The stairs to the morgue level creak under our feet as we descend deeper into the hospital's bowels. What happens next defies logic. The hallway lights begin to flicker. In a building that hasn't had power since 1999, this shouldn't be possible. But that's just the beginning. Around the corner, we find something that stops us in our tracks. State-of-the-art medical equipment, manufacturing dates from 2023. Next to it, an IV bag that hasn't expired yet. Then we see it, a trail of fresh blood drops, still wet, leading straight to the morgue entrance. Our audio equipment starts picking up sounds that make our blood run cold. The distinct beeping of heart monitors, the hiss of oxygen machines, the metallic clink of surgical tools, all coming from behind those morgue doors. These aren't echoes from the past. These sounds are happening now. The team is split. Half want to turn back. The logical part of our brains is screaming to leave. But those sounds, they sound too much like an active medical procedure. If someone's down there, they might need help. Though something tells me, we're the ones who might need help once we open those doors. The morgue doors groan open, revealing a sight that shouldn't exist. This isn't the abandoned morgue we expected. The storage units are clean, maintained, and recently used. Each drawer has fresh toe tags, all dated within the last month. But that's impossible. This hospital has been abandoned for 25 years. In the corner, a security monitor flickers to life on its own. The footage shows something that turns our blood to ice. Shadowy figures moving through these very halls at night. They're dressed in what appears to be ancient medical garb, performing procedures that haven't been practiced in centuries. The instruments laid out on the examination table look like they belong in a medieval torture chamber, not a modern hospital. They're ancient, rusted, yet the blood on them is fresh, but nothing could prepare us for what we found next. I reach out to touch one of the storage units. The metal should be ice cold in this abandoned morgue. Instead, it's warm. With trembling hands, we open one of the drawers. The body inside, it's still warm. Whatever happened here, happened minutes ago. And judging by the sounds echoing through the halls, it's about to happen again. Without warning, we're plunged into total darkness. Then something impossible happens. The emergency generators roar to life. Red emergency lights bathe the corridors in a crimson glow. These generators haven't worked in decades. They shouldn't be working now. Through the strobing lights, we see them. Figures in antiquated medical garb, their faces obscured by outdated surgical masks, moving with inhuman purpose. Before we can react, a door slams between us. The team is separated. Panic sets in as we hear the distinct whir of operating equipment starting up somewhere below. Following the sound leads us to something that's not on any hospital blueprint: a hidden staircase. It descends to an underground operating theater that looks frozen in time. But the instruments aren't dusty. They're clean, ready for use. The operating table bears fresh marks. Surgical tools are still wet. On the walls, X-rays dated from last week. Patient charts with tomorrow's date. This isn't some abandoned hospital wing. This is an active operating theater. And judging by the sounds now echoing through the halls, tonight's procedures are about to begin. Everything becomes chaos. We're running through endless corridors as doors slam shut behind us with deafening force. No time to think, only react. The sound of our footsteps echoes off the walls, but they're not the only footsteps we hear. Through an open doorway, we catch a glimpse that defies reality. Doctors in Victorian-era garb performing surgery, but there's no patient on the table. They turn towards us in perfect unison, their instruments dripping. We finally spot the exit signs glow. Just as we burst through the main doors, I remember the thermal camera. One last look back reveals what's been hunting us. Multiple heat signatures, moving in ways that nothing living should move. Their forms elongated, distorted, reaching for us. The last thing we hear is the massive iron door slamming shut behind us with such force that, back home, analyzing the footage, something caught my eye. Local newspapers report 15 missing persons in the area over the past month. The dates? They match perfectly with those toe tags we found in the morgue. But here's what keeps me up at night. I called every funeral home within a 100-mile radius. None of them have any record of receiving bodies from St. Mary's Memorial. So where are these people going? The question haunted me so much that we went back a week later, down to the basement levels. What we discovered there, that's when we finally understood the true horror of St. Mary's Memorial Hospital. This wasn't just about missing people. This was about what the hospital was doing with them. And they're still doing it.